the student who sat in his father's desk without knowing Monk. They say classrooms hold stories, scribbled in margins, etched on desks, buried in the grain of old wood. But one winter morning in Prague, a student named Yuri sat down to take an exam and stumbled into a story that belonged to him long before he was born. The school was old. Its walls smelled of chalk, varnish, and echoes. Desks were scarred by generations of restless hands, the windows rattled when trams passed outside, and the radiators hissed as if whispering reminders of forgotten pupils. Jiri hurried in late, breath fogging from the cold, eyes scanning for an empty seat. He dropped into a desk at the back, unremarkable, slightly wobbly, scarred like the rest. As the exam papers were handed out, Jiri tapped his pencil against the wood. That's when his fingers drifted over a shallow carving. Initials, faint but unmistakable, K.H. A curiosity flickered. His father's name was Karl Havel, but Prague was full of Havels, and classrooms were graveyards of initials. Still, Jiri leaned closer. Beneath the letters was a date, 1974, the year his father would have been in school. A shiver crawled through him, but the proctor snapped, "Begin," and pens scratched like anxious insects across paper. Jiri tried to focus, but his eyes kept returning to that carving. He had never known his father as a boy, only as the stern engineer with worn hands, quiet jokes, and a tendency to look wistfully at cobblestone streets as if remembering something unsaid. The exam ended. The room emptied. Jiri stayed. He traced the initials again, heartbeat stumbling. He could picture his father here, young, nervous, maybe carving his mark because he felt invisible or hopeful or rebellious. The desk was no longer just furniture. It was a message across time. That evening, he brought his father back to the classroom. Carol stood in the doorway at first, coat buttoned, posture stiff, until his eyes landed on the desk. He walked to it slowly, like approaching an old ghost. His hand trembled as he touched the initials. "You found it," he whispered. The room softened. Years collapsed. He told Jiri how he carved those letters before his first exam, fearing failure, wanting to leave something behind, anything. His father smiled, eyes damp. "I never thought someone who mattered would sit here." In that silent classroom, student and father shared a quiet legacy, carved not just in wood, but in recognition. And suddenly, the desk wasn't a relic. It was proof that footsteps repeat, memories echo, and sometimes without knowing, we sit exactly where those before us once hoped we'd arrive. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.